After the first night, they don't matter. I search for one much better. She emotional like she been battered, but this shit just don't add up. I'm subtracting my feelings when the pills pop. I'm in.
Yo, it's your man 3K the Boss, aka Mr. Two Hands Up. Fah Fah. You know what it is, man. Coming today to talk to y'all about a little boxing news, a little boxing bullshit, and let's kick it the way we kick it, man. So let's go ahead and get this started off. Okay, now we're going to talk about the, the constant, overly exaggerated, regurgitated, re-explored narrative that is the Tyson Fury, Deontay Wilder, Anthony Joshua saga, and how the whole world is entrenched in this nonsense, because we just want to see great fights. We want to see great things happen in the boxing world, and we just want to see the real fighters that are making a name get into it. And since I'm talking about real fighters, I will not leave out Mr. Dillian Whyte, because he is the top dog. He is upper echelon. And shout out to Luis Ortiz, shout out to Kubrat Pulev, because he got his win over Bogdan Dinu, you know what I'm saying, 7-round stoppage. Dinu, he's separate, he juggling, two occupations with being on a task force and being a boxer. So, he could be a lot better than what he is, but to have only, his second loss on his record now being the Pulev, that says a lot about a guy with over 20 wins. I don't think he's that exciting as a fighter to me. I feel as though he could be a lot better. And Pulev, he, showed a little bit more tools in the tank, threw a little bit more punches to me than they normally would. But, that's for another day. So let's just get into it. I'm going to start off with the homie, the guy that beat David Haye 2 times and lost to Alexander Usyk, but is a champion and, in his own right, and had a very dominant boxing career. I am talking about the cruiserweight that is Tony Bellew, and he began to expand on a conversation that I feel as though we all need to hear and we all need to take heed to when we are talking about the landscape of the heavyweight field, and we're talking about the financial purses that these fighters are getting paid. Now, before we are in the time that we are in now, let's say during the what's considered to be the golden era of boxing, the 80s and 90s era.
I'm Sonny Liston, I'm Jack Dempsey, there's no one like me. I'm from Nairclaw, there's no one that can match me. My style is impetuous, my defense is impregnable, and I'm just ferocious. I want your heart, I want to eat his children. Praise be to Allah.
If you held 3 belts, you were considered undisputed champion. Well, we have more belts than that now, and Anthony Joshua holds 4 belts. The one people don't pay much attention to, they don't say it's a real belt, but hey, other people's opinion is other people's opinion. But Tony Bellew was just expanding on the fact that the other 2 fighters being Deontay Wilder and Tyson Fury, and I would have to throw Dillian Whyte in that pot too, because the little move he pulled by not signing the contract on April 13th, they are scared to fight Anthony Joshua. I wouldn't say Dillian Whyte's ducking. I'd speak more for Anthony Joshua and Tyson Fury, but they ducking the kid, man. They don't want that work, because he's just speaking on the fact that they're overpricing themselves, and you can make your argument, speaking financially, that Anthony Joshua has all of the leverage and he is the rightful A-side considering all of the belts he holds. Like when I was speaking before about if you broke down the belts and percentages, then what Deontay Wilder holds is 25% of the purse. What Tyson Fury holds is an invisible 25% of the purse, as he feels, which he doesn't really hold any leverage. And I would say Anthony Joshua holds 75% of the leverage, but I count the other belts, so really he holds 2/3 of the leverage in my opinion. But other people have the right to their own opinion, and they would like to expand on how they feel as though Deontay Wilder or Tyson Fury deserves more money. So who am I to judge others' opinion? Because I'm just giving you my own, right? So let's continue. So Tony Bellew was basically saying the boys are scared to fight Josh, man. They ducking, and that's why the prices are the way they are. And I just feel as though, with the way boxing is right now, we never gonna get these fights, because we've looked at the money that Anthony Joshua has already offered these individuals, and they wouldn't take it. How they just kind of blowing them off, and they going the directions they going in their career. Like, look at Tyson Fury, man. He's fighting the German Tom Schwartz, man. Now, I done went back and I done watched about 5 or 6 of Tom Schwartz fights, man. And there's nothing exciting about these kids. And when it comes to him fighting Tyson Fury, there's no way he's going to get a W, man. The guy takes too many shots to the head. He's got a typical German fighter style. A bunch of stick and move. Jab, jab, jab. Throw out the right, extend it. Use the right for reach and touch his guy up. But you know, that's who he's fighting, you know. So basically, we gonna get, so we know what we're getting out of him, you know. And Dillian White even said when he sat down and he did the interview with Kugan Castings and IFL TV that, you know, he understands that you want 1 or 2 fights and you just went through a while and you basically went through the fire. But, you know, we got to see better from this, man. And Dillian White was just expanding on how he just, you know, feels as though it's BS and he's in limbo and he just put in the work that he puts in. So it just goes to show you that, you know, in a lot of cases when we look at the heavyweight scene, man, does the work you put in really matter? Because Dillian White putting in the work and he's not getting the answer. And, you know, we could have had even a Dillian White Tyson Fury match because both of those guys aren't fighting anybody and Tyson Fury is fighting Tom Schwartz. Who the fuck is a Tom Schwartz? But that's for another day. And I'm not trying to discredit that individual, but I've watched your matches and, you know, you are not elite. You are not upper echelon. And the most Tom Schwartz has ever done is Commonwealth belts and earned Commonwealth belts in Germany. So I guess I can't understand why he is up to this class. You know, he has 24 fights, no losses. But he doesn't have the tools to beat Fury. Fury's going to dance around the ring and touch him up. The kid doesn't have any defense, man. I've done seen Tom Schwartz get put down by many of people. But expanding on what Tony Bellew was saying, I agree 100%. You know, the belt should do the financial, should be the talk. Should do all of the money talk, not the individuals, you know, that are holding them. I say that by saying this. Going back to what I said, those belts are percentages. So if you're looking at it from a percentage standpoint, man, AJ holds all of the leverage, man. So y'all dudes need to let that go, man. If you really want to fight, if you really want your legacy, man, y'all going to step up and take it, man. But we not going, you know, overextend the conversation based on what they doing, you know what I mean? So I'm going to continue on. Now, it comes to a point that, you know what I'm saying, man, that something's got to happen, dude. Like, I mean, we got Fury with Tom Schwartz. We got Deontay Wilder and Dominic Breazeale, man. So, if you look at all of those fights, Fury versus Tom Schwartz, Dominic Breazeale versus Deontay Wilder, and Anthony Joshua versus Jarrell Miller. Now, let's be honest. Which more is a technically sound, more stylistic fight that you would like to watch out of those 3? These are the fights we have right now, right? Now y'all tell me which fight y'all rather watch out of the 3, and be honest. And I'd say the only reason I would want to watch the Deontay Wilder fight more is just because I would want to see him get knocked out. Now if it's outside of that reason, y'all tell me which fight y'all would like to see more. I'll wait. Because personally, and this is with no bias, you know, this is just me speaking. You know, I would want to see the Anthony Joshua fight more. So that's what you're getting from the other guys. And the guys that constantly mention Anthony Joshua's name and try to throw him under the bus. But if this kid was ducking, man, what does that say about these guys? Because he's fighting Tom Schwartz. And remember, Tyson Fury's got the money he's got because he's got contract money. That's why he's got $100 million money. Deontay Wilder doesn't have a contract. He's in talks for it. And one thing, speaking on Deontay Wilder, he said that, you know, the Klitschko fight isn't going to happen. So he's not going to fight Klitschko. So I guarantee the direction he'll go next is try to fight Adam Kalnacki, but that's a duck. Either way, but speaking back to Tyson Fury, yeah, so his money is contingent upon contract. So basically, you know, y'all could have got this type of money fighting Anthony Joshua, and y'all aren't really making no noise. And Fury, you could have got a big chunk of what you already getting paid in one fight fighting Anthony Joshua. So I would have to say what Tony Bellew was saying is right. You know, it is looking like they scared, man. Nobody wants to fight the real boogeyman of the heavyweight division, man. So that's what we dealing with, man. And honestly, it kind of pains me to say this, but I don't think there's no way AJ can, you know, navigate around it. I feel like there's more of a reality that we'll get the Deontay Wilder fight than get the Tyson Fury match, because Deontay Wilder is really not signed to a network, you know, yet. It isn't inked, you know what I'm saying? The ink isn't wet on any contract. So, you know, there's still a chance to navigate it, but really, I don't believe that after seeing 9 figures put up in the fight, it's still not made. So, yeah. And some more news, man. Shannon the Cannon Briggs will be fighting on June 15th. I don't know the opponent quite yet, but yes, he will be fighting on June 15th. He is 47 years old. He's a former 2-time heavyweight champion. You know, he got suspended back in 2017 for being popping PEDs. I don't even know why, you know, the champ is getting back in the ring, but it's something you want to do. We all know Shannon Briggs saying, you know, tip-top shape, and if you don't know who Shannon Briggs is, you do know this. Let's go, champ! So, you know, let's go, champ. You know what I mean? So, he's got a fight coming up. Yeah, so that's that, man. So, I don't know what to say, fight fans, man. Obviously, you know, this is what it's gonna be. So, I mean, Anthony Joshua is just gonna have to navigate around the nonsense, continue to pick apart top-notch opponent, and I really think that we might as well just start directing our attention towards Alexander Usyk and Anthony Joshua in the future, not Deontay Wilder, because Deontay Wilder, I don't ever think is going to make that fight, and if he does make that fight, it's going to be towards the last leg of his career. He's already 33, because it's going to be a desperation call. If he even has the belt for an extensive amount of time from today. So we'll have to see, you know. Who am I to judge? I ain't no psychic, I ain't no mind reader, I can't read the future, and I damn sure ain't Miss Cleo. So hey, man. Yeah, man, that's all we have on that, man. So y'all already know how we kick this shit, man. This your man 3K the Boss, aka Mr. Two Hands Up. Fah Fah. You already know what it is, and as we always say, at the end of this joint, man, it costs you nothing to pay a nigga no mind. And for all my fight fans, since y'all, you know, love what I put up last time, man, I figure I'll give y'all another little clip, though. So here it is. Let go. Respect, though.
Listen, I'm sure these are good fighters, you know, but they're not fighting everybody.
You know we've been fighting 400 and still fighting to this day.
All the good fighters are not fighting each other.
To this day.
You know, it's a Deontay Wilder. He's knocking out everybody, but, you know, he can't fight. But, you know, the last guy he fought was, I don't know who he fought, a little tubby little dude, and he just didn't look good. You know, that's what's wrong with fighting now, and that's why boxing is such the doldrums right now, because you know who's going to win the fight before the fight even starts. You know? And the boxers are not evenly matched. And if they don't want to fight guys who they believe are going to help them push themselves, that shows they don't have much confidence in their ability. He should be embarrassed for a little pudgy looking guy. That's what it looks like. You know, it looks like he was going to win. Before the fight even started, this guy's going to win. That's not what boxing's all about.